Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we have some new rumors to go over for Pokemon Day 2024 in regards to Generation 5 remakes, and there's also some stuff about Gen 10 as well. Again, these are rumors, take them with a grain of salt, but if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on what you'd like to see on Pokemon Day next year. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, this is the rumor that we're going to be going over today. As I've said, take it with a massive grain of salt. It's posted on 4chan, so obviously 9 times out of 10, or probably 99 times out of 100, these are usually false. I also don't know how they would know so much information about Gen 10, which is apparently going to be in 2026, according to this. Like this early, but either way, it's a rumor to go over. They're always fun to take a look at, speculate about, everything like that. But either way, it was posted by I don't even know who was posted by, anonymous, I don't know. It says the future though, so let's talk about the future. You'll see the first batch of info confirmed on Pokemon Day 2024. So Pokemon Day is not that far away at all, and yeah, we should be getting a new game announced on Pokemon Day, which obviously February. Now, whether that is Generation 5 remakes, whether that is, I don't know, Legends Kyurem, Black and White 3, a Johto game perhaps, because obviously it's the 25th anniversary of Johto next year. We don't know. It might even be a 3rd and 4th DLC to Scarlet and Violet. It generally could be anything. We're so unsure, but apparently this is what we're going to see. So 2024 is not Unova. It is a Johto game. As I just said, it is the 25th anniversary of Johto next year, and as well as that, when you're like married and stuff, don't worry, I do have a point with this. Like 25 is your silver anniversary, and what are the games called? Gold and Silver. So I don't know, I feel like it all comes together. Like, it has to be something for Johto next year. Whether they do like Gen 5 remakes and then they do like backwards compatibility for the Johto games, that would be really, really cool. But we have to get something Johto next year. It's the 25th anniversary of those games, so it's got to be something big. But as well as that, there's been so much Unova references and hints in the Indigo Disc and in previous games, and they are chronologically the next game to get remade. So it's really up in the air. I generally have no idea what it's going to be. I'm fine with both, but yeah, if you were going to ask me, I would not be able to give you an answer, because there's just so many positives for both of them potentially getting something next year. But anyway, this person says that we're getting Johto. It'll be called a new experience, but in reality, it's just a hybrid of Let's Go, which is the art style mostly, and Legends, the catching system. I would actually love that, because to this day, I still think that the Let's Go games are the best looking games on the Switch. Not the best games, but the best looking. Like, visually, they are really, really nice looking games. And then the Legends games got everything right in terms of gameplay and stuff. The only thing that really let Legends down was the fact that the replayability was so minute, just because they had no online. I think if they had an online system, that game would be even better, because I would really like to have done battles with that kind of new battle system. But this is apparently a hybrid of Let's Go and Legends Arceus, which I would actually really, really like, especially with the Johto game as well. The catching system, the interaction with Wild Mons, will not receive either brand Let's Go or Legends in its name, so it'd be like a brand new kind of, I guess, title. And then no new forms, but the Johto Dex will be expanded to include Mons from all 9 generations. That's already a little bit, I don't know, like, I would love that, but I don't know how they would fit 9 generations of Pokemon into Johto. Obviously not every single Mon, but I don't know how they would already like just fit everything in there. But either way, that's 2024 apparently. So 2025 is Unova, the sequels to Black 2 and White 2. It will happen 5 years after the events of the Indigo Disc, which also makes sense. This is another reason why I believe it's going to be Black and White 3 potentially, because Indigo Disc is set in a futuristic, like, Unova. You know, it's in Unova, and characters in the Indigo Disc are older versions of characters that would have been in the Generation 5 games. You know, you got Lacey, who would have been like a child, and now she's obviously grown up. You've got Drayton as well. You got all these other characters as well that have had like references and stuff. Like, they are all older characters, and so it would make sense if Black and White 3 was in the same timeline as Scarlet and Violet, but obviously we go into like mainland Unova, and that's where all of these kind of characters are and stuff, and they're older, and that would allow you to put like new Pokemon into the game as well, because they would have kind of gone over there from their own regions and stuff like that. It definitely makes sense. 5 years in the future, I'm not sure if that is too long after the events of Indigo Disc, because everyone would be a lot older then. But either way, Lacey, Drayton, Amiris and Crispin are gym leaders now. Kieran, Carmine, Briar, Serrano, and Perrin all make appearances along with the characters from Black 2 and White 2 in older versions. I definitely think they, like, most of them would make appearances if we were to get a Black and White 3. If we get a remake of Black and White, then no, they wouldn't make an appearance. But if we got like a futuristic Black and White, then yeah, for sure, I could definitely see them all appearing. We'll have to stop Getsis from bringing the original dragon back, so it's still Getsis. I don't think I would like Getsis to still be the evil villain. We have beaten him twice now. I don't think we would want him a third time. I think we'd have to have someone else. Like, it'd be cool if, like, N went, like, proper evil and decided to be, like, trying to take over the world and all that. The original dragon back together and caused mass destruction with their 8 new mons. Think about Black and White 3 as well. It doesn't even have to be Black and White 3. It could be like Pokemon Grey. It could just be a combination of both of the Black and White games. And then that would be the original dragon. And then that would just kind of really sort it out full circle. And then the original dragon is an electric fire evolution. Oh no, we have the original dragon, which is a new Pokemon. We have an electric fire evolution to Heliolisk. We're going to get an ice psychic evolution to Jinx. An evolution to Pelipper that looks like a shoebill and it's water ground. We're getting a dark fighting evolution to Scrafty. I don't really think Scrafty needs an evolution. A psychic flying evolution to Behem. Then we're getting 2 mythical Pokemon. I mean, that right there is a massive red flag. You don't usually get mythical Pokemon in a remake. I know that we got Meltan in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but Meltan is not a Kanto Mon. You know, you get mythicals in new generations. 2 new legendaries, fair enough, but the fact that they say 2 mythicals, it just doesn't happen in remakes at all. But apparently 2 mythicals, a capuchin monkey, which is cute and friendly, it's going to be fairy grass, and then a cheetah that is very edgy, dark electric, will be fastest mon ever, but the rest of the stats are average. Yeah, I think that's a massive red flag. You don't get new mythicals in previous generations. At least I'm pretty sure you don't. I'm trying to think of any mythical that was introduced in a remake. We didn't get any in Fire Red and Leaf Green. We didn't get any in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. We didn't get any in Auras. Didn't get any in BDSP. The only time we've had a new mythical in, like, a quote-unquote remake is Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee with Meltan, but that was in Pokemon Go. Like, you didn't find that in the remake, so that would be the only kind of exception, but even then it's a bit of a stretch. So yeah, new mythicals you do not get in new remakes. We've just had a mythical as well, like Pachurin. We haven't had it yet, but we're gonna get it. And like I say, if we got a new mythical, it would be for Generation 9. It wouldn't be for, like, Black and White 3, but either way, I don't know. And then 2026... it says Generation 10. Again, I think we're going to get Gen 10 in 2026. It makes sense. You know, it's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. Yes, a lot of people are thinking, well, we might just go back to Kanto and it'll come full circle. But Gen 10, like, it's just a massive game. And I know that going on, like, the normal chronological order of how we get, like, a new region, like, every few years, you know, we'd have to wait a little bit longer for Generation 10. But the thing is, in the middle of this, like, from now until 2026, we do have a new Switch console most likely coming out. And so, you know, next year could very well be Johto for the 25th anniversary. The year after that could be Black and White 3 or Pokemon Grey or whatever, which would be a futuristic version of, you know, Black and White set in the same timeline as Indigo Disc. And then in 2026, we have Generation 10. And maybe, you know, for the new Switch, we get the new Pokemon Black and White 3 game for that. And then obviously the Switch is already out and stuff for when Generation 10 is out. That's how I personally could see it going. But either way, that's just kind of my 2 cents about it. But yeah, Generation 10, we have a new console exclusive. A huge number of new mons will surpass Unova when all the DLCs are done. Based on Australia and New Zealand, I would love an Australia region. I think that would be absolutely fantastic to have. The amount of incredible Pokemon they could create in like based on Australian animals and stuff, it'd be sick. You could do some really cool like spider regional forms as well, like for Galvantula and maybe Ariano, stuff like that. No gimmicks, return to the roots air. I don't know if we'd ever get a game now with no gimmick, because it is just like they are clearly steering more so into competitive, and having a gimmick in competitive just makes it that much more exciting. So I don't think they'll go back to having no gimmicks. They may rehash gimmicks, like they may bring Megas back or Z-moves or whatever, but I think it would just be a new gimmick. I still think it's potentially going to be Fusion as well. I feel they'll do Fusion 1 point. And maybe if they do Fusion, it'd be a perfect time for like Black and White 3 to kind of, if we are going to get those, kind of hint at it. Because we've had a lot of Fusion stuff already in terms of like hints towards it. Obviously the Fusions in the Paradox books. We obviously have potentially Gen 5 stuff coming out, which, you know, is all about the original dragon being fused and stuff like that. So yeah, and I don't mean like every Pokemon is going to be able to fuse with everything, because that'd be impossible. But I mean, there'd be certain Pokemon like Mega Evolutions where 2 Pokemon can fuse to make that. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to have fusions, but it'd have to be done really, really well. Then no gimmicks yet. Open world with level scaling. Again, I think every generation now is going to have an open world game. I think we'll go back to linear stuff for like remakes and stuff like that. But for new generations, I think they will all be open world now. You got to see how well Scarlet and Violet sold, and they're not going to go back to what they did because Scarlet and Violet sold so well. So Dexcut is still alive and kicking. Do not expect them to revert the decision. They won't. Starters are a grass kangaroo, which becomes grass fighting. I mean, if it's an Australian region, I guess you have to have a kangaroo Pokemon. A fire Tasmanian devil, which becomes fire fury, and a water platypus, which becomes water poison. I really like the idea of a platypus Pokemon. I don't think it should be a starter though, because like in legit in real life, platypus, the males can secrete poison and the females can't. So it'd have to have like an evolution, which would be a gender form. So the male would become water poison and then the female would become water. And you can't really have that with a starter Pokemon. I would love a platypus, but I think that's what they would have to do, really. They have to do like a gender evolution. And then Numons based on dingoes, cassowary bats, bearded dragons, snakes, many cross-gen evolutions, including 3 new evolutions. Yeah, we're not getting new evolutions. As much as I hate saying it, we're not going to get a new evolution. Like, we already have so many. They take up so much space in the Pokedex. If we got 3 new evolutions, that'd be like 11, 12 spots in the Pokedex just from Eevee. It's not going to happen. I think 1 more would be great. I just don't think it's going to happen. And 3 is way too many. They may announce like a new Pokemon that's kind of the counterpart to Eevee, which kind of evolves into all the other types. Like maybe it's like a different kind of fennec fox or a cat or a dog. And then that can evolve into like a steel type or a poison type or flying or dragon or whatever. But yeah, with Eevee, I don't think we'll get any more. And then see you on Pokemon 2024 for confirmation. So yeah, I think this is completely fake. There's a lot of red flags from this. But as I say, I've spoken about a lot of things that could potentially happen and actual reasons for and stuff like that. So it's always fun speculating and stuff. But yeah, I cannot see this being true. It'd be cool if it was. I really like the idea of a Let's Go Legends hybrid for Johto. That sounds really good. I would love, you know, Unova Black and White 3 and then 2026. Like, this is a perfect timeline for me. Like, I would love all these things to happen. But I think it's very much just kind of copium and stuff like that. But either way, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Just trying to hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on this rumor. Do you think it's true? Do you think it's false? Do you like the things that are said in this rumor? Yeah, let me know your thoughts on all that. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.